Hi everyone. Today I'm here to review a couple items. First of all, we have the SOL Escape Bivvies. This is the second of these that I've owned here, and this is the one that I've put through the tests. It was good enough for me to want to get another one. So I'll talk about those two, and then simply I'm going to use them with a Thermarest Ridge Rest. And most of you all should probably be familiar with this. I can review it right now. It's quick and easy. This thing, it's fairly warm. You know, this used to be all I would bring, even in snow. It probably is safe up to maybe 25 degrees if you run relatively warm. And it's waterproof. You can't poke holes in it. If you like to sleep next to fires, these are great. This one has burns all over it, and it still works pretty much the same as when I got it. So, tried and true. They weigh about a pound. You can't beat that. The downside really is the bulk. So, if you're looking to conserve space, this is not your friend. But if you don't mind throwing it on the outside of your pack, there you go. Easy enough. So I'm just going to simply put this guy here in the dirt. Yeah, I probably would not sleep in this all night in this position, but that's okay. For what we're up to, this is perfect. Okay, so I'm gonna go over the old one. This one, it's a lot more malleable now, a lot more pliable. It's gotten a lot softer as well. I've slept in this particular bivvy, I would say around 50 nights, or perhaps 50 to 75 nights. I used this in desert country, particularly the Grand Canyon, in June, hiking there. And for anyone who knows, it's very hot that time of year, so you really don't need much. This is perfect. It weighs just over, I think it's 8.2 ounces roughly, so you can't beat that. I'm gonna come up and show you what it looks like now. So I also use this guy in Kauai extensively, and all of the reflective material is basically gone. That's how much this guy's been used. It still retains some heat. It's definitely a nice wind block, if nothing else. They are water resistant. That's definitely the description for these. They're not seam sealed, so that's pretty much what makes them I guess not waterproof. Even I would say the material, given enough water, would still soak through. This isn't gonna be like maybe quite the same as a Gore-Tex bivvy or something. However, if you have a tarp or something like that on top of you, this weighs 8.5 ounces or 8.2 ounces. This thing's awesome. Definitely worth it. So yeah, I mean, I use this for, like I said, 50 to 75 days. Night sleeping in various conditions, jungles and deserts. It's anything warm weather. It never tore on me. The zipper still works fine. So I can attest to that. You do have to be a little careful with it. I mean, you can definitely tear it if you're not being gentle with it. So here's the old guy. And then I will take out the new one. And you can see the difference. This one's a lot more crinkly. And here you go. Here's the reflective on that. Check out that reflective material. So, yeah, the other one's completely gone. This still has the reflective material. I would say this is pretty, you know, if you have a layer of clothes on, like pants and a thin cotton shirt even, you can push this to 50 degrees. That's what they rate it to, I believe. That's a pretty fair rating. If you are going in just your undergarments with this guy, I would say it's more like 60 degrees, 55, 60. And it is breathable, so that's definitely nice. I mean, I use this in the jungle, and where it was basically as high of humidity as possible. And you know, I never got clammy or anything really, so yeah, definitely breathable. I would say unless you're in a downpour, the breathability is worth the lack of waterproofness. And so yeah, that water resistance coupled with the breathability is definitely a good combo. So I definitely recommend these. I've used them extensively. I still, you know, I got a second one because I liked them so much. And it can be used coupled with your sleeping bag also. That provides, they say, about 15 degrees extra warmth. I think that's pretty good rating to whatever your sleeping bag is. And let's say your shelter was not the best, or if it was really horrendous rain and even your shelter was soaking through, even a tent, this would help be an extra little barrier for you. So at just over 8 ounces, this guy is worth the wait if you are, heck, if it's hot, this is about as light of a sleeping device as you can have for all of its different features. This thing's awesome for that. If it's cold weather or it's really rainy, it's great to have just as an extra protection for your sleeping bag, or in case that temperature drops lower than you're expecting. This is definitely a nice thing to have around. I'm gonna just go ahead and get in. I'm gonna get in the old one, just because it's a little muddy out here, so I don't want to get everything completely muddy. I'll show you what it looks like getting in. So I'm about 6'2", and I can still use this Bivvy. It's definitely snug, but it's not, you know, it's not terrible or anything. Definitely still functional for me. So I would say I probably, if you're 6'3", it might be too small. I think I'm kind of at the upper limits, and heck, maybe call SOL up and they would make you a custom one. I don't know if they do that kind of stuff. All right, so I'm just gonna climb in. Pretty simple. And then the zipper's on the side. It's about a half zipper. So the zipper, you definitely got to be careful. I actually sleep with the zipper underneath me a lot of the time and use it kind of like a quilt, like one of those down quilts. I think that's a great way to use this guy. And it appears that, oh, yep. Appears my zipper is busted on the old one anyway, so I'll use it that way. So this, I actually prefer it this way. A little more breathable on your shoulders, and then you just tuck it in around yourself. The Bivvy does have a hood, so you can technically make it a mummy style. You know, if you're really pushing the temperatures, I guess that would be advisable. But if you're doing that, you probably messed up to begin with. So let's just pretend like that's not the case. And for that, just pulling it up and over like this is really good, and actually leaving it unzipped makes it less likely that you're going to tear anything. So you can move around more freely and comfortably, and perhaps just adjust it if you're rolling around too much to make sure that your top is covered from the elements. So yeah, that's about it for the SOL Escape Bivvy. I really do recommend them. I think they're great products. Well, in particular the Escape Bivvy. I have a few other SOL products also, and they make quality products. But for these in particular, they are, yeah, top quality. You know, I think that most people would use them as an emergency type thing. That's not necessarily the case. They actually are quite durable if treated well, and functionality, they are incredible. So I definitely condone this product and would give it 2 thumbs up. Thank you.